What is up, YouTube? Hey guys, I've been missing you, all
Hi.
of you. Can't see faces, but I miss our live chats. Just being on the show. Family first, that is definitely my motto, guys. I hope that everyone else
Always.
has a great week. Thank you, Allie. Allie's definitely part of my family, and I appreciate her being such a trooper and carrying on while I took care of business. And that is what family does. They have each other's back. So I hope that everyone out here is ready for another episode of, you know what time it is, Around the Clock. That's Cryptonairz Ladies of Crypto or the Coolest Ladies of Crypto. We will answer to either one of those. You guys, let's do what we always do, and that's look at the markets first.
Ooh, and it has been a day. Hey,
You
Shannon.
guys, we are making his story or she story, whatever one you want to call it. But all I know is I'm super happy to be here, right now, you guys. And I'm super happy that you guys are here with us. You guys know that probably, less than 5% of the world even knows what cryptocurrency is. And if you're here with me now, you are part of history. Look at what Bitcoin is doing, has done, will do. We haven't seen anything yet. This is just a stop along the long journey of crypto to the moon. But it is now at $66,244, up 17%, you guys, breaking all-time highs. Ethereum also breaking all-time highs, $4,169 right now, up 18%. You know what happens when Big Daddy Bitcoin gets ready to make a leap? All the altcoins follow right on behind. Binance Coin is in the number 3 spot at $503.05. Cardano, number 4 right now, $2.19, up 3.4% for the 7 days. And definitely Charles Hoskinson on a soapbox talking about how the government is trying to stop crypto. Is he right, you guys? What do you think? Shout out to the XRP Army. It's at $1.15, up 3.6%. Solana up at 176.37, up 13.5% for 7 days. And shout out to the Strong Block crew. Y'all know we're going to check the price
Yeah,
of
because we really
Strong.
need to talk about strong. We really need to talk about strong.
Do we really? Do we really though? Because I mean, look at what Strong is doing. You guys, Strong rank number 384, $812.82. If you got on that train early, you are definitely in profit now.
Congratulations.
Congratulations if you are a Strong node holder and you were making that passive income, or just went ahead and decided that your speculation was going to be for Strong tokens. Congrats to you. Yay.
Thank
And
you,
it's just
David
this
Moss.
woo, woo, woo. And the Strong community.
Cowabunga.
Don't say that even jokingly. But yes, that is what's going on in the markets, you guys. A little bit more about Bitcoin, since Bitcoin's the big mama, big daddy, whatever you want to call. I call it or her, because she's fickle like a woman. We know
I call
that.
all the coins a her. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, hey. So let's take a look at this article from CNBC, if we can pull her up. And hello to the chat. Hey, Florida girl, Sean, Travo, Mr. Crypto. How are you guys? Hope everybody's doing amazing. And if you're not, you definitely should be. Look at this news, guys. And Allie
Mhm.
reported the new Bitcoin approved US ETF launch. So, could that have anything to do with Bitcoin's new high above 66,000? Bitcoin notched a fresh all-time high as investors cheered the successful launch of the first U.S. Bitcoin futures exchange traded fund. Its largest record was previously $64,899, and that was in mid-April. And there were some bullish comments from the legendary trader, you guys might know this name, Paul Tudor Jones, that also boosted sentiment, as the billionaire investor said that he preferred crypto as an inflation hedge over gold. And that indeed is big news. I do have like a little video with Paul Tudor that I'm wanting to play for you guys. So let's pull that up. And let's all just, enjoy this train ride because I love it. Absolutely, I do. And let's play. If there's an ad, my apologies. It won't last long.
One of the things you've talked about it, I want to say about 18 months ago on our air, probably March, maybe right when the pandemic was hitting, was your interest in Bitcoin as a hedge.
Bitcoin would be a great hedge.
As an inflation hedge.
Crypto will be a great inflation hedge.
Is it still a hedge at these prices?
Listen, I said then, I said now, I've got crypto in single digits in my portfolio. I have a small trading position in our fund. I do think we're moving into an increasingly digitized world. Clearly, there's a place for crypto, and clearly it's winning the race against gold at the moment, right? So yes, I would think that would also be a very good inflation hedge. It would be my preferred one over gold at the moment.
Paul, on that note, you saw that Bitcoin ETF that started trading yesterday, the one based on Bitcoin futures. There were a lot of seasoned investors who said, that could be an issue. They like Bitcoin, the underlying issue, quite a bit better than the ETF because they worry that in times of trouble, that the ETF would trade at a steep discount to what you'd see to actually the underlying issue. What would you say to that, just to investors who are thinking, okay, I want to get into Bitcoin, how do I do it?
I think a better way to get in would be to actually own physical Bitcoin, to take the time to learn how to own it and carry it. I think the ETF will be fine. I think the fact that it's SEC approved should give you great comfort. I'm not a real expert in ETF, so I don't want to. But
do you believe that this means that regulators are saying, either blessing implicitly or otherwise, that crypto is here to stay?
I think crypto's here to stay. Look, this is the United States of America, right? The reason we're the most dominant economic power in the world is because we unleash our individual entrepreneurialism and creativity. And you're seeing China do the exact opposite, right? That place is on economically a slow boat to the South Pole. Right. And as long as the U.S. can continue to unchain our entrepreneurs, we're going to always be the dominant position.
Okay, you guys, so that is the word from Paul Tudor Jones, and I think that regulators should pay attention, especially to, and particularly to his last comment. We will be number one as long as we continue to unleash innovation, and that's what this is all about. Mr. Crypto, shout out to you. Thank you so much for that super chat.
Thank you.
It's appreciated. Super chat is new on this channel, so if you are watching and you are supporting this channel by doing that, we want to let you know how much we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Shernian Dawson says, hello, ladies. I'm glad you all are in this space. Thank you. We are so happy to be here, too, and we're glad that you're in this space. Every woman out there needs to be in crypto, in my personal opinion.
Agreed.
It will do this country good for sure. And Gabe says, make sure that you all like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. Before you leave here today, we do have a very special show with a really special giveaway that Allison's going to talk about a little bit later on. So I hope that you stick with us to the end if you want to partake in that. And it is a super fantastic giveaway. I'm here to tell you guys. Speaking of Bitcoin, or more about Bitcoin, maybe some of you may have seen this mysterious tweet by Jack Dorsey today. And it was a cryptic number. Let me block this. It was 705742, and that tweet left a lot of fans wondering, did Twitter, which is also AKA Square, mine its first Bitcoin block today? There's a picture of Mr. Dorsey Jack Dorsey's 705-742 tweet on Tuesday left crypto enthusiasts on Twitter guessing what he meant. Your first block reward, block 705-742, was mined about 3 hours ago, around the same time that the tweet was tweeted, one fan said. So Dorsey said that last week Square was looking at building Bitcoin mining system for the masses. So, hey, shout out to Jack Dorsey and for definitely continuing to put forward the Bitcoin culture. I am not mad at him.
Excuse
Go
me
ahead.
for 1 second, Corey.
Mhm.
Travo, I thought that the public sale or that the whitelist private sale was running for a week and the public sale was next week. But you're saying that Nikki Diamond just opened for everyone? Oh no, I'm gonna miss that one then. There's no way.
Sorry, you guys. That's NFT talk in the chat.
Yeah.
It's constantly going on because stuff is always happening. Drops are always happening. It's almost impossible to keep up. And Helen Hall, yes, more women in crypto for certain
Let's
and for
go.
sure. Also, there was a question we had about Ohm and why Ohm may have dropped this week. Again, remember that Ohm is a rebase currency. It was meant to be, eventually is going to be a stable coin. So the price of it is going to fluctuate wildly. And that is kind of the risk that you take with Ohm. A lot of their backing is in the bonds that they buy. So don't expect any stability there. It's good. When it's high, it's really great. But there'll be times that it'll drop down really low. And the volatility there is going to go on for a while. So if
I
you
think
are
there was a little
staking,
FUD
yeah, and that always goes on
about
in
the
this
key.
space. The meta key
Yeah.
or something different?
No, one of the devs, something happened. It's in our server. Excuse me. I'm getting a sore throat, and of course that makes me very paranoid.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah, there was some FUD about one of the team lost one of the keys. They didn't write the key down, so they were migrating to version 2. Not really sure about that. I'm not in Ohm. I missed that boat, so
yeah,
one
but
of these days I'll get in.
keep an eye on that space. I'm definitely one of the 3 people. So I just, based on their white paper, I expect it to fluctuate wildly, even when FUD is not going on. High risk, but also very high rewards there for the APY. But
Of
yeah,
course,
great
Big Dallas
question.
is going to get in on the Nikki Diamond mint. Dallas has been getting every
I'm
single mint
telling
lately.
you,
Yeah,
man, you've been
I see him
sniping
in
like
every
crazy.
Twitter
That's
Spaces. He's in
awesome.
all of my alpha NFT groups now. I see him everywhere. I love it.
Oh my goodness, you guys. This is the space that we're in. It is an amazing time to be here. Not only for what's happening in crypto, but also what's happening in NFT. Although, there are some people saying that NFTs is in a bit of a bear market, and hopefully Allison can talk about that a little bit later on. See if she agrees or disagrees. And what are your thoughts in the chat? Do you feel that we are in an NFT bear market or not? So there's another article, and we talk about this all the time. Why is government being so negative about crypto? What is the real, impetus behind all of the crypto FUD from the government? Ooh, oh, crap. You guys, sorry about that paywall.
It happens.
But it happens. Yeah. This article basically said that the U.S. is concerned that cryptocurrencies can weaken sanctions because other countries are using cryptocurrency to skirt around the US dollar. This is not new. It's the same thing they've been saying. And they always throw out the FUD about cryptocurrency being used for shady things and being used for ransomware and all of this. We know, but prior to crypto, the most of anything that's being used for anything is always fiat currency. That has been going on forever since the beginning of time in currency. So yeah, that old story that circulates that yes, they're using Bitcoin to do all of these shady dealings is just there's no basis in fact or truth if you look at the real statistics. And as far as cryptocurrency weakening sanctions and whatnot, you know, people find workarounds all the time in terms of what happens with the U.S. and their sanctions. So cryptocurrency may be one way, but it's certainly not the only way that people
Right.
find workarounds. And it again, that just should not be any shade on the cryptocurrency industry. And they're also worried about, you know, the Chinese yuan, electronic yuan, weakening the reserve currency, the dollar reserve currency. If they were so worried, why haven't they done an electronic dollar yet? You know, why are we so behind the curveball? Those are the questions that one has to ask. If you're scared of the competition, then compete. You know, just as Paul Tudor Jones mentioned in that last video, if you want to be number one, you got to be ahead of the game. You got to be a player. You can't sit on the sidelines and talk about, you know, what somebody else is doing and you're making no efforts yourself to join the club. And he said, and we all know, cryptocurrency is here to stay. So, you know, get on the train before it pulls out of the station instead of waiting, you know, kind of waving and looking at the smoke because the train is long gone. And then that won't be a concern. If you want to stay number one, you got to do what it takes to retain your number one status. So that really was the gist of that article. This one is near to it. I'm really happy to see another politician that isn't a Republican kind of stepping up for crypto. And this is Andrew Yang. Many of you may remember him during the last presidential run. And as soon as my screen is willing to share, we're going to share that article. But he has said whatever party is crypto forward, the forward party will be a crypto party. And I think this is a really cool statement. I like Andrew Yang because I always felt he was a thinker. And those are few and far between today, in today's world. But he said, after announcing a new political party in the U.S. earlier in October, Andrew Yang has revealed his intentions of making his Forward Party, that's what it's called, a crypto party. The 46-year-old former Democrat has often expressed his support and hopefulness toward the future of the cryptocurrency space. Speaking on the latest Bankless podcast, if you guys caught that, Yang said that the U.S. must approach the concept intelligently. He also predicted a glowing future of the crypto space. Love that. The fair distribution of universal basic income is possible through these direct pay crypto tokens, Yang firmly believes, and you may remember that he did put that forward during his run for the presidency. Yang has also been trying to spread crypto awareness among American lawmakers, which we desperately need. He believes cryptocurrencies are a force of progress, motivation, and a major employment generator. This is a smart man. Listen to what he's saying. I want to make the Ford Party the crypto party because I see the alignment as very, very deep, Yang said on the podcast. The parallels are so strong where you have the system that you can say the political or the financial system, and you can see that it's failing in its various ways. And you can say, okay, maybe we could be doing better. And how could we do better? Obviously, you guys, the answer is crypto and blockchain. So again, some more powerful statements from Andrew Yang. I will be watching this Forward Party. And if he's crypto forward, I definitely will, be voting toward the most forward crypto party. I mean, yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And this last article before we start looking at some NFT stuff. And Big Dallas says that he's not sleeping much. Dude, stay out of those Twitter spaces.
Join. And then I saw a comment that said join the club. Yes, I'm also
I'm joking.
Proud member of that club.
Yeah, I'd be in there. I'd be right in there with you, Big Dallas. We'd be in there like 3 a.m. on Discord talking like, why are we still up?
Yeah.
All right. So this article is, you guys may remember this face and this name. And this is Steve Mnuchin. As soon as I can share my screen, I will. I promise. But I see this a lot, and this is a lot of people who came. Steve Mnuchin, you guys know he's a banker at heart. That's generally where he came from. That is his history. But he says he's investing in the blockchain, not in crypto. And there is a movement. There has been a movement to separate crypto, apart and make it be something separate, different than blockchain. So I don't know. They're like yin and yang. I don't know how they can do this, but there is a movement to actually do this. But the former U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said that at the Milken Institute Global Conference that he's investing in blockchain companies, but not cryptocurrencies. Ludicrous, right, you guys? Investors should know what their money is going toward when it comes to investing in stable coins, he said Tuesday. Mnuchin touted cyberspace as a giant market that could prompt companies to grow 10 or 20 times in size. Meanwhile, he said he will invest in global firms that do business in China, but he will stay away from China-only companies. And ARK Management, you guys know Kathy Wood. That's a very famous name here in the crypto space. Says she's awaiting a new rotation into her favorite innovation stocks, and her base case for Tesla is 3,000 a stock. We talk a little bit of stocks here, not a whole lot. Obviously, you guys know that Kathy Woods is involved in crypto and obviously does not hold the same mindset as does Steve Mnuchin. But I thought that article was quite interesting. And, how are you going to separate blockchain from cryptocurrency? I mean, why would you really want to? But I feel like you guys are going to see this movement become even stronger amongst certain people, especially if they have a background in the financial industry or the banking industry in particular. This article, do you guys remember the Mt. Gox story?
Yeah.
This is some good news for them, or at least I hope it's some good news for them. These people have been waiting a very, very long time to get some restitution. And so this article says that there finally is an announcement approving their restitution. It says the Mt. Gox trustee announces approval of a rehabilitation plan, meaning that creditors could soon receive billions. The distribution of the assets likely wouldn't begin for at least a month, but that's better than having this, date out there in the future. The rehabilitation plan has become final and binding. I'm going to get here to Mt. Gox first launched in 2010, and you guys remember this name, Jed McCaleb. I think Jed is associated now with XLM, formerly associated with Ripple and XRP. But it was owned by Mt. Gox was owned by Jed and then purchased later by Carpelis. Mt. Gox was one of the largest exchanges in the world at the time during the early days of crypto. There was a hack in 2011. And then a collapse of the exchange in early 2014, which affected nearly 24,000 people holding cryptocurrencies. This resulted in the loss of about 850,000 Bitcoin, which is $56 billion now at the time of this publication. And they only, according to all reports, they only have 150,000 Bitcoin to repay users, but I guess that's better than absolutely nothing. So the Japanese courts have approved a petition, and they are supposed to begin this civil rehabilitation for them. And I'm really happy for them because they have been waiting a long time to get that money back. And if that means that they're going to receive their money and it's going to be to the tune of billions of dollars, I'm happy for them because they've been waiting a long, long time for that. And this was some NFT news that I thought was interesting. I'm not surprised to hear this, you guys, to hear about Playboy Playboy's
Oh,
launching.
I think I'm on, I think I'm
Mhm.
on the white list for that. At first they said there was no white list, but
Uh-huh.
the
Oh, yeah?
website says there is. Yeah, because I really like them. They're really cute, and I think I'm gonna need to get one to flip.
Playboy launches a new NFT project called Rabbitars, you guys. So you could definitely check it out. It's supposed to be 11,953 NFTs. And the rabbits obviously take inspiration from the iconic Playboy Club. Trying to see if there's a picture in here of them. Don't
Yeah,
know.
there's a link, I think.
Oh, I see. There it is.
Yeah,
Let me
click on.
see.
I think they're actually cute. They're not offensive in any way. They are safe for work. They're literally rabbits. They're really
So the
cute.
countdown, can you guys see that? Because no, I'm going to stop sharing this screen so I can go to the screen that I want to share.
Travo says now you got his attention.
Really, Travo? Okay,
Hi,
here's
Fishbowl.
the website here. The countdown is 3 days, 18 hours, and 33 minutes, and I will drop this in the chat. The link here. Still trying to see. The mint price is going to be 0.1953. There they are. There's one of them anyway. Cute. That is cute. Here's some more, you guys.
Yeah, like I don't think they're bad.
They're
I think
not.
they're
They're
cute.
actually pretty darn cute.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share that link in. I don't know if it's too late to get whitelisted, but there is a public mint coming ahead, and this is a little bit over the usual 10,000. It's 11, almost 12,000 of these. So going to copy that for you guys and drop that in the chat. But just so you know, that is coming very near future. So yes, that is now in the chat. If you guys are interested in that and you want to go check it out for yourselves. And I know Allison's probably going to talk a bit about this, but there have been quite a few discords hit with scams.
Corey, you can read my mind.
So I'm going
Yes,
to
of
let
course
her
that's on
talk
the list.
about
Yeah.
that. And last but not least, as far as the metaverse is concerned, I'm going to share this one article and then Allison has the floor. But Facebook is apparently trying to rebrand, you guys. Wonder why. We all know how much Allison loves Facebook.
I may have gone into that yesterday.
Just a little. It's a little teeny tiny bit. But Facebook plans to change its company name. Mark Zuckerberg wants to be known. We know that for building out the metaverse. Does it say in this article? I don't remember reading in this article what the name change is about, but there's a conference on the 28th and that the new name should be unveiled at. So we're all going to be looking to see what that is going to be. I'm definitely fascinated with this. And I wonder how, it will relate to the metaverse. But a rebrand could also serve to further separate the futuristic work Zuckerberg is focused on from the intense scrutiny that Facebook is currently facing. And we all know about the whistleblower, Francis Eugen, who recently leaked a trove of damning internal documents to the Wall Street Journal about Facebook and also testified about them before Congress. I know that there's also a lot of pushback against Facebook. They're trying to launch again another cryptocurrency token, and they're getting a lot of flack for that. And so it's going to be interesting to see how they are going to rebrand themselves and what the new name of the Facebook company is going to be, and if they will succeed. They may be a little bit too deep in the craziness at this point in time to actually get out from under, but it seems like they're certainly going to give it a good old college boy try. Let's see if they succeed. So, Miss Allison, what is we know there's some crypto / NFT gossip. What has been going on? Because I saw a lot of crazy over the week.
Okay, so we've been talking we've been talking last week, we touched on it a few times, and probably even the week before, that the scams are getting bad and mints are getting ruined because discords are getting hacked. Well, now things are going to like a whole new level. I have two major scams that I want to talk to you about, and then I suppose the third is also a major scam, but it does not involve Discord. It's just a project really got screwed over, and there was whole Twitter Spaces about it today. I'll just start with that one. It was on Solana, and it was called Nobu Ninjas. And this person, like I took all these notes. Okay, it is wild what happened. So basically, when they go through a mint, or when they're getting their project set up, you go at right before you're getting ready to do the mint. You have like 2 to 3 tests on the DevNet test network. Like you're testing on there. You do the mint 2 or 3 times, make sure everything's working. Okay. Then you do at least one mainnet test, and then you schedule your mint, and we all know how it goes for there. This project had followed all of the proper steps. They had a company that helps them called Nova Launch that helps projects with mints. I guess it is actually quite complicated to create a mint site. It's not just your average. There's a lot that's going on behind the scenes code wise. So Nova Launch steps, everyone tested everything. Everything looked great. And so it was ready for mint, and the mint was about to happen. The team hit refresh on the site because they were monitoring things.
Mhm.
And as soon as they hit refresh, they noticed that something changed on the site, that they use a very distinct font, and they had noticed immediately that the font had changed to Times New Roman, and no one could figure it out. They hadn't had any feedback. And then they also started noticing that the main wallet was filling up slowly, like slower than it should have been. They knew like it wasn't going to be an instant sellout, but they knew they had a core group, and it was filling up slower than it should be. So the project lead had his cousin or someone do a test mint, and he got scam mints. So what this scammer did, and then they immediately called the mint off. They stopped it. But at that point, people had already been scammed. So this is so wild. Someone, and they have worked with Nova Launch and like a few other people, they have figured out that is definitely an outside attacker. It was not someone from their team. It wasn't someone from Nova Launch. It seems that they created a site that sat on top of their site, like
Oh my
undetectable.
God.
So the code, there was no change in the IPs. There was no change in anything that would have like been an alarm bell, like someone's in here, something happened. This person definitely knew what they were doing, and they took a lot of funds. So the team is going to reimburse everyone. Obviously, they've been very transparent about it. They had this public Twitter Spaces. They've been answering every question they possibly could in their Discord. It's just unfortunate because you have a team, and I wasn't following this project at all, but I do participate in the Solana NFT community on a regular basis. So it did come across my radar. And it's really unfortunate when you have a team that works so hard on a project for I don't know how long, only to have it destroyed in a second by some like rogue outside hacker type person. And this is very sophisticated. It's one of the more sophisticated things that I've seen. I mean, it isn't even like a different sublink. There's a name for it. I wrote it down. It was the exact mint link.
Wow.
Nothing changed. So
That's crazy.
maybe it was nobuninjas.io. And a lot of projects will have something basic like mint.nobuninjas.io. It was exactly the same. Everything was exactly the same. So now the Solana community, interestingly enough scams have happened over there that probably the devs are going to be getting together, and maybe they're going to create something like a dev DAO so that they can help each other out, and they have multiple eyes, multiple devs looking at these projects and contracts to make sure that everything is good. And I know that there is a project out there now. It's called like Pizza Something.
Mhm.
And another group of people on Solana has stepped forward to sort of be like similar to the DevDAO, but to be like a third party validator. Like if you get the pizza symbol, that kind of like a rug doctor for farming. You get like the good housekeeping seal of approval,
Approval.
but for Solana NFTs, and it's like a pizza. Yeah, I think we're going to see more and more of these things happening, especially Solana is not a small chain by any means, but if you compare all of the projects on Solana and NFT wise to what's going on in Ethereum, it's still a much smaller scale. But moving right along to Discord situations, and I will say, if you are in our server, please know that we are taking all security precautions, and we have been from the beginning. The main designers of our server, they're really on top of things. And before this was even an issue, we all had to, mods had to do certain things on the server just to make sure that everyone stays safe, their info stays safe, and we can talk freely without fear of being hijacked in a sense. So one massive project, Top Shop, and then another project, oh my god, I have it up. It's a Toads project. I don't know.
It's Creature Toads.
Thank you, Creature Toads. Thank you. All right, in Creature Toads, the situation is a little different than what happened in Top Shop. So we'll start with Top Shop first. Top Shop has like 200,000 people in that server. I happened to be on Twitter yesterday, and one of the main Jennifer, I don't know her last name, but her name's Jennifer. She's a huge Top Shop influencer. She's been in there since the beginning. She's always participating in the community. She had posted a link that, did Top Shop Discord get hacked? Because from the official account, there was DMs going out with links to mint, and now some people minted, unfortunately,
Oh my
because
gosh.
but it came from the official account and it looked that real. So, excuse me, you really have to keep your eyes peeled for these things. I don't know if, sort of like there's phishing codes when we log into certain exchanges or you set up codes, maybe teams are going to have to create
DM codes.
an authentication, something.
But most teams will
members
tell you, we do not DM you. And they repeat that over and over again in their announcements, like, we will not be DMing you. Do not look for DMs from us. But people still click on the DMs.
Yeah, and people that had been in Top Shop for a long time still fell for that. Now, what you have in Creature Toads is something different. This happened in the middle of the night. The Top Shop thing was in the evening as well. It was at night, but it wasn't in the middle of the night like Creature Toads. It was a rogue mod who basically shut down the server and gave a mint link. Everyone started minting, sold tons of Ethereum accidentally, and then in his accidentally doxed himself, and then was like, oh no, you know what? I think I want to return everything.
You guys, I just want to share this tweet by Zeneca, and we've all recommended that you definitely follow him. He's so good. But I just want to share this because it's just a warning, and for everybody to to be aware of, because these things, and they had a Twitter space, like I was on that. That's why I was saying I was up at like 3 a.m. listening into this Twitter space.
Oh my gosh, you were up when it happened live? Like, I was, went to bed last
because I started to mint this, and thank God I did. And I was like, I'm just gonna pass.
I was gonna read what the team wrote, but yeah, let's see Zeneca's.
He just said, repeating this, another Discord just got hit. Stay safe, people. Stay hyper vigilant. Share this with your friends, with your Discord communities, with your group chats. This is a very sophisticated scam, and it's catching a lot of people off guard. And so he had like a part of the thread here. So go to his page and like read them. I'm not going to read all of this aloud. But while they were having the Twitter spaces about the freaking scam, the scammer was in the Twitter space. And another really awesome person in the NFT space is Hotshot. Basically talked this rogue mod down off the ledge and talked him into basically saying, we know who you are. We know where to
Wait,
find
there's a
you because you
recording
left.
of it. Do you have it?
I don't have the recording, but I was in there when
Okay.
it was happening.
Yeah, no,
But
I
I
was
was
just
just
gonna say
like,
maybe play it for everyone. Yeah.
oh, I wish, no. It was 3 a.m, so I was just like mouth open in bed, half ass sleep going, I can't believe this is happening. But he
Yeah.
literally was talking to this person who was in the space listening in. And just like Channing said, hackers and scammers are joining Discords, Clubhouse, Twitter spaces, and they're listening in, they're gathering information. And he, was able to basically, I don't know if he scared him straight or whatever, by letting him know that you are doxxed. We know this, where this breadcrumb trail is that you have left, and basically give yourself up now and there won't be any, bad consequences. But if you don't, and
Yeah.
that was like $340,000, you guys.
I mean, and the team has already returned. I just want to say, like, props to Creature Toads because they have already returned all of the funds to people that were caught in this mess. And it is a mess. It's so stressful for a project right before they're about to launch their mint, and to now have to worry about all these additional layers of security and making sure that their potential investors or members of their server, that everyone is safe at all times. It's a lot. You can put out all the warnings that you want. There's still, like, that
Somebody's
wasn't
gonna
the
do it.
case in this scenario. That wasn't the case, but in the Top Shop it was. Someone's still going to click on the link. Someone's still going to make a mistake, or maybe they're tired and they're like, oh, what's this? They click on it and they're like, oh no, I got to get on this really quick. Like, FOMO sets
Yep,
in, and just like that,
your money's
you get
gone.
scammed. Yeah.
Hmm.
In the Solana scenario today, and I do have this up for discussion, because I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Someone in the chat and in the spaces had posed, and I didn't write down who said it because I was actually driving when I was listening to it in the car. With Solana, they said, what about, and I'm not really sure how I feel about this. I don't think I like the idea. The idea was very well received. And it was, what about having mints in USDC? And then if something like this happens, you can approach Circle, because Circle is a centralized organization, and they can freeze the funds. They can freeze and blacklist that wallet. So the scammer, they may scam, but they can't do anything with it. Like, the funds will just be frozen there forever. They will not be able to move them. No exchange will cash that wallet out because it's blacklisted. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I think it's a good idea, because unless they develop another way of gating off these discords and these mints, I don't see what other options, because this is happening more and more and more frequently. And as good as your devs are, there seems to be another hacker out there that's better.
Yeah.
And that's creating ways to get people's money. And yes, in the example of Creature Toes, that community was great about returning the funds. Some of them aren't going to be able to do that. And thankfully, this guy was able. They knew who he was. He made mistakes, he or she or them, and they were able to say, "Look, we know who you are," and they did. But that's not the case in every scam. So, in a lot of cases, they do get away with it. They are able to quickly turn this money over and use it. So, if there's a way to be able to blacklist, freeze funds, and maybe a FDIC situation, we know that Circle is also applying for a banking license. Then maybe that's the ticket, unless somebody comes up with some other way of doing this, because to protect people, because it's getting ridiculous. And like you said, for some people, it's not just the fact that they got the price of the mint. In some cases, wallets are actually being drained.
Yeah. Well, my And I totally understand that. But if you put all the control back into Circle or another centralized organization, it's like 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I
It
get
just
that for
defeats
those
the
of us who
entire
are,
purpose of,
yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I agree with you there, but
yeah.
we're not what we would consider to be normies. You know what I'm trying to say?
Because yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
As mass adoption starts to happen, and it will with Coinbase and everybody and their mama getting into NFTs, there has to be a better, there's going to be that anyway, that centralized portion of this. If a quote unquote, normie got into this and lost, thousands of dollars and went crying to the authorities, it's only, and they're looking for any excuse. And if a bunch of normies got together and got scammed, you know,
Yeah.
so, and it may go this way anyway with you being able to get this stuff with debit and credit cards as opposed to having to deal with ETH and wallets.
I wonder if minting will be like a thing of the past and just like early adopters will be the only people that
Yeah.
were able to experience minting, because when you have these situations continually happening, and then uh I mean, Coinbase, they are really going for it all. I mean, with direct deposit, now the NFT platform. um what about if there are, on Coinbase, of course, I'm speaking about Coinbase. Think like a new collection that's going to launch, if it's like a Coinbase partner and it launches on Coinbase, if they're like pre-minted, nothing's revealed. You can just select like whichever one you want, and then they all start
Hmm.
revealing at the same time. I mean, that could be an option. You don't get the fun of pressing mint, but I don't know.
It's
I'm
not fun
definitely
if you
going to
press
try
mint and you
Coinbase.
get your money taken. That's the fun is already gone.
Yeah,
Once you
this is true.
scam,
I do know.
you're
I know
just
how that
freaking
feels.
pissed. Once you
Yeah,
get rugged, being rugged is no fun. And unfortunately, it seems like just like, Channing has said, you have said, these hackers are getting so freaking sophisticated. You just said there was no difference between their code except for the
yep.
Roman numerals. It
Nothing.
sat right on top of it. What the hell? That's
Yeah.
scary. That's scary. I
I
don't
mean,
know
I
about
didn't
it.
even
I
know
don't
that
have no ETH to
possible.
waste. I don't have any ETH to give to scammers. No, thank you. I mean, if it happens, I mean, it's a chance you're taking. But if they want mass adoption of this and they want those NFT prices to go ballistic, which everybody's anticipating, we're gonna have to do better as a community. Like that dev
Yeah.
DAO is a good idea, and whatever other ways they can think of to protect the interest of the buyers, they need to do it.
Yeah, I agree. The scary thing about well, yeah, the Solana stitch, the Nobu Ninjas, that's definitely scary. But the Creature Toads, that was a trusted mod, and a mod that participated or modded in multiple communities. So how are projects going to screen mods moving forward? It's not just going to be like, oh, you're a valued member, like you're contributing a lot. We need help. Do you want to work with the team until we get through this mint sort of thing? Like they're going to have to do some serious checking, because then you never, like, you just don't know, especially in crypto. Like you just do not know who you can trust and who you can't.
Well, all of this is supposed to be trustless, and essentially it truly is, because we're trusting that the NFT project and the devs are going to deliver on what they say they're going to deliver on, and sometimes that happens 95% of the time,
Yeah.
but sometimes it don't. I mean, look at the Raccoon Secret Society. The devs have totally abandoned that project. You reported on that. They did this thing where the
Yeah, they're
raccoons
supposed to
went to
have angels.
Bones.
Yeah.
No, girl, they're gone. So,
Rug.
and I
That
meant
was
to
a
throw
rug.
their rug. It was a slow rug, but it was a rug. So, I mean, all of this is, depending on someone keeping their word.
Yeah.
So it's in the wild, wild west of crypto, to put it in the words of Uncle G. It's just the risk that we're out here willing to take for, and hoping that the rewards, so far they're still outweighing the risk, but we don't want it to get to a
Yeah.
point where that's not true.
Speaking about reward risk, let's talk about how this potential bear market in NFTs. I only think it's temporary. I'm not worried about it at all. We all knew this would be coming when the pump of all pumps was finally going to arrive. Everyone was going to want to get in on that. And if anything, my NFTs are just going to be worth more. My good ones. I have some garbage too, like we all do. We've all minted things that maybe if we had the choice again, we probably wouldn't get them. But
Tell me about it.
yeah, but ETH is going up, so they're just going to be worth more. That's the way that I'm looking at it. I'm not stressed out about it, but that's because I'm not overextended. Someone that's overextended might have a very different take and be selling for loss. If you can, this is not financial advice, but if I were overextended, if I could hang on until November, December, I would do everything I could to hang on to those. If they're good NFTs, to hang on to them, because the market is coming back. Like it's not dead. Like NFTs aren't going anywhere. This is a temporary thing. Some floors are down, but there's also big sales. Other projects are doing things for holders. Right before we went live, Corey, I'm not sure if you saw it, but Jungle Freaks had a huge announcement that on Friday for 1 week, the airdrop is coming to all holders. So they
No, I
were running
didn't see that yet because I was getting ready
yeah.
to do this.
They were running a Twitter Spaces like at the same time. It may be over by now. Maybe it was just like a brief announcement about the airdrop. I wanted to get this tweet up here so I can read it to you. It's really short anyway. It's nothing wild. It's just saying like, oh no, they are still live on a Twitter Spaces right now. Airdrop Friday, holders only. Happy 1 week. GM, GN, LFG, this is the way. And you know, Prince typing in all caps.
Of course.
Yeah.
You guys, I do have to agree with Allison. I think we're coming back. Of course, no one has a crystal ball to say when or how that is going to look. She mentioned a key word here about overextension, and just we always advocate on this show. Yes, we love crypto. Yes, we love NFTs. Do not spend more than you can afford to lose on any of that stuff. And for a minute, I was buying, and I hadn't sold a damn thing. And I always talk about taking profits. And yes, on Twitter, somebody accused me of being the IRS for saying take profits. But if that's what you want, seriously, they did. If that's what you want to say, I don't care. I'm going to say, I will say, this is not financial advice. This is what I'm doing. Yes, I'm taking my profits. Because I think that is the smart thing to do. You do what you feel is best for yourself. Everybody needs to do what they feel is best for themselves.
Yeah.
But I knew I was getting to a point of overextension on my NFT collection because I was buying, and I had not sold anything, and I had well over 100 NFTs. So I made the decision, as hard as it was, because I'm one of those people, I have to be careful not to get emotionally attached to my stuff.
Yeah.
You know, to make I see you, Max. To make the decision to go ahead and do what I had to do and make some flips so that I could at least get some of the money that I have put back. And now I feel good because I did that. I sold 2 of the Jungle Freaks, and so those 2 sales literally gave me back almost my entire investment in whatever other NFTs I've done since I started buying them.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling good now. So whatever happens, I'm like, okay, I took my profit. I'm goody. So that's what it was. And yes, exactly, Travo. Exactly. I'm happy to have done that. But yes, do not overextend yourself, you guys. Don't do it. It's not a good look.
Okay, so we have some more celebs joining the NFTs. So you can take it how you want. Today, Marshmallow. Does everyone know who that is? Marshmallow. He wears a big thing that looks like a marshmallow on his head. Yeah. Yeah, let me get this tweet up. He has a CryptoPunk now, and he tweeted Marshmallow face reveal. Let's see. I don't know what number CryptoPunk he has, but I'm going to share it with you just so you can see. I guess I really hope I'm not getting sick. Supposed to be going to NFC NYC. Not be getting sick.
Yeah, that's the exact guy, Travo.
This is the Marshmallow face reveal. He picked up a CryptoPunk. So that's cool. And then Mindy Kaling tweeted out a cryptic tweet. Not really cryptic, but I mean, I don't know what the heck it means. She tweeted out GN friends, FRENS. I'm an NFT person now. But I mean,
Well,
is
heck, if
she
Martha Stewart can
dropping?
do it,
I know.
and so could she.
Is she dropping NFTs? Has she purchased NFTs? No clue. I have no idea what she's doing. But yeah, so here it is right here. I like her. I think she's great.
I love her,
She's
absolutely.
very funny. Yeah.
So funny.
So we'll be looking out for what she's doing with NFTs. I'm interested to know, especially if it's going to be some sort of new collab that's going to launch. That's cool. And she's got tons of followers. Even if she's not launching something, if she's just getting into NFTs, that's also cool because she's sharing it with the people that follow her. And the more people, the better. That's the way that I look at it. I tell everyone that I can. Even I'm such a weirdo that I think it was like Saturday over the weekend that at this place that I go to get my coffee, there's this like younger kid that works there on the weekends, and I said something to him like, "You look like you might be a gamer." It just I don't even know how I said it. Like it wasn't super awkward, but like after I got back in my car, I was like, "Oh man, you are so dumb. Why did you do that?" But yes, he is a gamer and he is into NFTs and he is pumped about the way the things are. I don't know, what does a gamer look like? A young like 19 or 20-year-old. I don't know. I just made like a general
With
assumption.
acne and saggy pants.
No. He didn't have any of those things. I think I was just thinking of his age and like knowing how many young people play games that are into gaming. I just thought I'd take a stab at it and see like, oh, maybe he's into it. If not, let's tell the young people about NFTs so that they don't have to work these jobs and they can work that job if they want to, not because they have to. It's the best way to put it, I think.
Yeah, I think working at McDonald's in the metaverse is a lot better than working at McDonald's in real life.
Yeah.
Especially if you can get the same money.
Yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to share one other piece of info. Corey and all of our awesome viewers in the chat, do you guys remember Pharma Boy? He was like America's most hated person at one point. Do you remember him? Corey, Pharma Boy?
I believe I know exactly what you're talking about, but I'm not going to give it away. Yes.
Anyone in the chat, do you remember Pharma Boy? Anyone? Okay, so probably when I say his name, or if you saw his picture, you would definitely know who it was. His name is Martin, and I don't really know how to say his last name. Scully, Martin Scully. He was convicted for securities fraud. He was the guy that purchased the never released Wu-Tang album. Well, it was a CD. And he just kept it for himself. He didn't share it with the world. And then he got arrested, convicted, and the government seized the asset. So who do we think came in and saved the day? Pleaser DAO. And now Pleaser DAO is in possession of this album. I'm going to share the article, but then I also want to share the tweet where they announced it today because I thought like seeing it, what it actually looked like, how it was packaged. Like I did think
Can
that
I
that was
share a
really
picture
cool.
of Pharma Boy real quick for those who may not? Because
Sure.
Travo says the bell is not ringing.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
And so you guys can see a picture of this guy. There he is. He looks so dweeby.
Yeah, he's a real piece of work, that's for sure.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to share this article here. So Ethereum art collective Pleaser DAO revealed as buyer of one-of-a-kind Wu-Tang album that sold for $4 million in July in a government auction. The Wu-Tang's one-of-a-kind 2015 album, Once Upon a Time in, I don't even know how to say that. Shaolin. I'm sorry, my brain. I really hope I'm not getting cold. Has found a new home in the world of digital art. The album, first purchased by infamous pharma executive Martin Shkreli, then repossessed by the U.S. government after conviction for securities fraud, is now in the hands of NFT investment collective Pleaser DAO. The group revealed itself this morning as the anonymous entity that purchased the album from the government in July for $4 million. Pleaser DAO also has that Doge. It's one of the dog NFTs of the Shiba Inu. One of the
Are
memes.
they
They
one of the
purchased
people that
that.
are like fractionalizing things?
Yes, they purchased
Okay.
that. Yeah.
All right. That makes sense then.
And the purchase falls in line with the DAO's previous acquisitions. They Pleaser DAO, a band of 70 odd NFT art collectors, first brought together in March by their shared admiration for the work of digital artist Pleaser, has since focused on acquisitions that reflect values of transparency and anti-establishment activism. For instance, they bought Edward Snowden's NFT in April for $5.4 million. The Wu-Tang album, which exists only as 2 hard copy CDs, was widely received as a protest against digitization's corrosive impact on musicians and their ability to control their own works. So I want to show you guys the Twitter account, and so you can see what this actual package that the NFT is in, what it looks like. There's like a short little like 10-second video or something. Hold on. All right, now I will reshare my screen. We'll pop over to Twitter to the Pleaser DAO account and check this video out. Okay.
The only CD that exists, right? The only version of this. This is so good. One thing goes wrong, that's it.
But they paid all that money for it, and they are not letting it go to waste. They are definitely listening to it, so I think that that's cool. But here's another picture of what the CD cover looks like. And remember that Martin was very selfish and did not share it with anyone. Like I had never seen what this looked like. I knew about the purchase. I knew all the hate that he received over the purchase, but I had not seen what the physical CD or the CD case looked like. But I think it's really cool that they're just casually listening to it. Like, you know, it's just any old CD, popping it in the CD player. Corey, what did you think about this purchase when you heard about it today?
You know, I mean, as a woman of color, I have my own ideas about, you know, cultural misappropriation and all of that, but I mean, to the highest bidder belong the spoils. And at least with the Pleaser DAO having this, if they are able to share this with the world, and maybe some people can make some moolah from it if they decide to fractionalize it, is interesting. I guess better than in the hands of Martin, what's his face?
Yeah, really, that guy is.
Travo said, "Don't scratch it."
Yeah, definitely don't scratch it. Notice that they had gloves
do
on
that.
though when they were handling it.
Oh, for 4 million, I would
Yeah.
have gloves, force fields, whatever else. Yes. Good
And while
Lord.
we're on the topic of music, I did mention that there was going to be a Decentraland music festival, and that is coming up. It starts tomorrow, so just wanted to share like a little clip and a reminder for you guys to check that out if you have some time over the next few days, because it is 3 or 4 days long. Here we go. Here is their little promo teaser video.
Do you know any of these artists?
Yes.
Oh, Paris Hilton is on. That's a special guest, not an artist.
And then if you do hold a MetaKey, MetaKey is having some sort of like backstage event with all these artists, interviews and Q&A type of situation for holders. That's a cool benefit to get. So it does start on the 21st and runs to the 24th. And you can learn more information about it at this link, themetaversefestival.io. Or I'm sure if you just went to Decentraland or the Decentraland Twitter account, you'll also find more information about it. And then we did have a giveaway. So
Yes, you guys may
Mhm.
have remembered, and I'm gonna let Allison share the details of how this is gonna work. But you guys may have remembered Allison's amazing interview with Human00116, who does the cyborgs and uses AI and algorithms to create these amazing cyborgs that
Yeah.
are all of them reflect a different mental state or emotion. They all come with unlocked content. And the artist is just as amazing as his art. But yes, he has so generously donated something new that he's doing where his and I'll let Allison explain like what he's doing new with the cyborgs, but this is like so beautiful, you guys. It is.
Okay, so we mentioned that he was going to be burning what was left over in the collection. So he burned them, and then he discovered that there were 169 skulls that were left over after the burn, and these skulls turned into his next collection, cyborgs, the fallen ones. I'm gonna drop a link to that full collection in the chat, and then we will get right into the giveaway. I do want to thank Human001 because he's always so generous with our community, and we appreciate him. All right, so I am going to share my screen so that everyone can see all of their names. Now, I did just put like not usernames, but just like your display name. Yeah, so that's no big deal. But I want everyone to see all of the names. We have 38 entries. Good luck to everyone. And if you are the winner, I will pass your information on to Human001 and he will contact you directly. He will send you the NFT at a time when gas is at a great rate. So here we have our wheel picker. We have 38 entries. I'm going to scroll through the names so that everyone can see I added. All you had to do on Twitter was leave a comment and then your name was entered. Okay, so, all right. Oh, someone's on here twice. I see that. I've got to remove one of them.
Is it too late to enter? Someone in the chat wants to know.
Yes, I'm sorry. Because I had to prepare these names in advance, and in the tweet did say you had to enter by 7:55 p.m. before we started streaming, so that I could get all the names together. I'm
there will
sorry.
be more giveaways for those
For
of you
sure,
who missed this
absolutely.
one, so just stay tuned.
Okay, so here we go. We are gonna do the spin now. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
Okay, Edward McDonald, you are the winner. Congratulations. Just jotting your name down. And I'm also going to take a picture of that. Yeah, so I will let Human001 know that you are the winner, pass your info on, and then he'll be contacting you directly on Twitter. If you do not have DMs open, please open them so that he can get in touch with you. If you are in our server or his server, that's also a way that he could get in touch, but you'd have to let us know that because I am not familiar with who you are. So congratulations. Super pumped for you to get one of these NFTs. And don't
I
worry,
hope
guys,
you were
we're going to have
watching this
plenty
live
more.
stream, Edward McDonald.
Yeah, are
I
you here?
do.
Are you in the
Or if
chat?
you're here, let us know. But congratulations.
Yeah, those weren't part of the rules, but it would be nice if you were here.
Yes.
Let's see. It doesn't look like he is, but that's okay. We will, who knows what time zone he's living in. So we will, I'm sorry, Ron. You are a few away from winning again. But hey, at least the serial winner, Techno God, wasn't selected because he wins everything.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna have more contests. We have an interview coming up with Channing soon. Corey, is that going to be next week on Wednesday or?
I believe that is next week on a Tuesday.
Oh, okay, Tuesday.
And so
Great.
we will announce that you guys on the stream for Monday night for sure, so you know the exact time and all of that good stuff. But yes, we got a couple of great interviews coming up. I know that our team's working to secure some really good things for you guys in the very near future, and we do have more giveaways that we will be doing on this show as well. If you have not liked this video, please make sure you do. And make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed to us, because we're working hard to grow this channel, and we hope that you appreciate this content. If there's something you'd like us to talk about or that you want to see, just post it in the comments and let us know. And don't forget, you guys, we have a Discord that is an amazing community for you to join if you are new to crypto, if you're a veteran at crypto, or if you're kind of in the in-between phase. Go to Cryptonairz.com. Use the Spooky 30 code for a 30% discount off of the life of your subscription to our Discord channel, where Allison and I are, there daily. A lot of alpha gets dropped there that we don't get to share here. And it is a great community that does a lot of wonderful things together. And it's always great to have a tribe. So remember to use that code. You can go to Cryptonairz.com and check it out.
Before we go, I just wanted to thank Mr. Crypto again for the super chat. That was very generous of you. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you tuning in and listening to us every day. Thank you so much. And that's all I have for tonight. Oh, if there's anything that you guys want us to look at to discuss in a future show, just send us a message or DM. We'll be happy to look into stuff because I like this when we just have chats too. That's cool.
And make sure you go to Human001's OpenSea collection. If you didn't win, those are still great to have in your collection. And Allison did drop his OpenSea address in the chat, and it is also in the YouTube description below. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. And one of us is going to see you here, if not both of us, tomorrow night for another episode of Around the Clock. Have a great evening, guys.
Bye.